Let's do my prom makeup together. So let's get ready for prom. As a 26-year-old, girl, did I have you fooled? Did you think that I was going to a high school prom? Absolutely not. I'm showing you how I would do my makeup if I was going to prom. I did a how I would do my makeup if I was getting married video a few days ago, and you guys were like, oh my god, please do a prom one. So here I am. I'm prepping my skin like I normally do. There's a whole video on that. All you have to do is search my name, Shelby Ann Bell, skin prep, and then that video will pop up for you. Okay, skin prep is on. One thing that I need you to take away from this video is that I'm doing makeup for me and my skin and my face shape. You're gonna tailor this to your skin, your face shape, what dress you're wearing, all of that fun stuff. Okay, our first step after we do all of the skin prep is going to be foundation. I don't use primer. Don't feel like you need to use primer. If you feel like you need to use a primer, make sure that it's a strategic primer. Like if you have large pores, you want to use something silicone based. If you have oiliness, you want to use something that's going to be more mattifying. Personally, I don't use primer because I don't feel like it's necessary. I'm going to go straight in with foundation. This one is from the drugstore. This is from L'Oreal. This is the True Match foundation. I love this. It is very good and it is not incredibly expensive. I am in the shade C3. Again, do not feel like you need to get the exact same shade that I have. And I'm going to push this in with a brush, but don't feel like you have to use a brush. You can also use a sponge as well, okay? I'm talking to you like I feel like you're 17 years old and you know nothing about makeup, because when I was 17 years old, I knew nothing about makeup, but you guys have way more at your fingertips than I did 10 years ago. Anyway, moving on past that, I put my foundation everywhere except my under eyes and my eyelids. I'm going to put my concealer there because I don't want to put too much makeup under my eyes because it'll start to get a little cakey. So we're going to put as minimal product as possible. I'm going to use the Say Slip Tint Concealer. This is in the shade 6. I am trying to use products and do a pretty minimal look that I feel like most girls would find obtainable for their high school prom. I did my own makeup for both of my proms and I honestly ate down, but I did something that was not nearly as glam as what I do on a day-to-day basis even now, and I thought that I was wearing a lot of makeup. So I'm not making this like super heavy duty full glam. I'm trying to make this very accessible for you if you don't wear a ton of makeup, and if you do wear a ton of makeup you can still add more, but you can still use the same technique. Okay, I'm using my sponge to press this concealer in. I'm also going to use whatever's left over on my eyelid just to prep that for eyeshadow. Okay, Slay, we're giving Bronze Goddess. I'm going to go ahead and set with powder now. I'm not even going to do cream bronzer and cream blush. I'm just going to skip right over that. This is beginner friendly, okay? I don't expect you to know how to do all of that right off the bat because nobody's taught you yet, but I will, don't worry. So I'm going to set with powder. I'm using the Cherry Blossom powder from Huda Beauty because I like a brightening pink powder under my eyes, but you can use the Halo powder from e.l.f. I like that one a lot. It's pretty affordable and they do have a light pink version. So if you want something to brighten under your eyes, you can pick that one up. Also, you need one of these. This is a powder puff. You can buy these on Amazon. You can get them at the drugstore. They're super inexpensive. I think you can get them at Ulta also. And you don't have to spend a lot of money on them, but this is a really good tool for powder. So love that. What I'm doing right now is a technique called baking. I'm putting my powder on and just kind of letting it sit kind of like this. I know it looks kind of crazy, but it's going to really make my under eyes look nice and bright, and that is the goal. I also applied my powder everywhere that I did concealer. So under my eyes, right here under my jawline, here on my chin, on my nose, and on the center of my forehead. Now we're looking super dead, lifeless, and flat. I'm going to go in with bronzer. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is a staple, even if you're not doing your own prom makeup, just to have a really great bronzer in your makeup bag. This one is fantastic. I'm using this on a big fluffy brush and I'm putting this everywhere where the sun would naturally hit my face. So I'm doing around my hairline up here, I'm doing some right here in the hollow of my cheek, and then I'm going to put some along my jawline too. Okay, for blush, I love these from Patrick Ta because you get a cream and a powder in the same compact, and I'm going to go in with the powder first and then we're going to do a little bit of the cream on top. I know that sounds scary, but trust the process. This is in the shade Not Too Much, and I'm using this on a brush right on top of where my cheekbone is. I can literally feel my cheekbone right there, and I'm just bringing that up and back towards my temple until you feel like, oh, that looks blushy enough. I personally love blush. You don't have to wear as much blush as me. You can just do a tad if you want, because it kind of seems a little terrifying at first, but don't be scared of it. It's good for you. Okay, now we're here. We're going to spray with setting spray. I'm going to spray with the Urban Decay All Nighter. I love Milani Make It Last. That's a really good one too. Really drench your face. Okay, now we're filling in our eyebrows. I love this one from Maybelline. This is the Express Brow. I like this one because it's got a nice skinny tip, so you can really make super natural looking strokes with this. I am really lightly filling my brow in. Again, this is a very personal part of doing your makeup. If you don't like putting anything in your eyebrows, just throw a little gel in them, maybe a tinted gel or a clear gel, and call it a day. But for me, I like having mine filled in when I have a full face of makeup on. Mine are also microbladed, so don't need a ton, just a little bit of color and we're good to go. Okay, for eyeshadow, I'm keeping this unbelievably simple, okay? What you want to do is really focus on making your eyes pop. You don't necessarily have to match your dress, okay? Don't really worry about that if you don't want to stress about like having to wear hot pink eyeshadow. I like to go in with a neutral palette like this. If you have lighter green or blue colored eyes, something really pretty warm tone like this is going to look stunning on you. Or gray. Beautiful. If you have brown eyes, honestly, you can pull off anything, okay? You can get a little bit more bold with your shades. You can do something a little bit more smoky, like this color down here. Honestly, do whatever you want. But I'm going to go in with this shade right here that's called Maple. And I'm taking that on a flat eyeshadow brush. I'm tapping off the excess, and I'm literally stamping that color right on my eyelid, okay? We're just putting it on kind of haphazardly, honestly, but it's fine. We're going to go back and blend it out later. Look how good that already looks. Like, look how defined my eye, yeah. See, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I've been a professional makeup artist for 7 years. Can you believe that? I know, I'm so old. I'm like literally your big sister. Okay, I'm using the same brush. No kidding. I just dusted off the rest of the eyeshadow on my hand and I flipped it on its side. So it's like this now. And I'm going back and forth in my crease to blend out any harsh lines. That's literally it. It's so easy. Because I like a little razzle dazzle and I'm going to put on fake lashes, I'm going to take this dark brown shade. You can use any dark brown eyeshadow, okay? You don't have to go out and buy this eyeshadow palette. I'm taking a flat brush and I'm going to stamp that along my lash line so that I have a little bit of like faux eyeliner. You can use a pencil. You can use an actual liquid liner if you want to. I just find this to be a little bit softer when I like smudge it out, and I like that a little bit better. And then we're going to add lashes on top, okay? And I'm going to show you how to do it. Don't worry about it. I got you. First up, we're going to curl our lashes. You're going to use a really nice eyelash curler. Spend a little money. Get you a nice one. Tweezerman has a really good one. Shiseido has a really good one. This one is Tweezerman. Girl, I don't even know because it's so dusty, but I'm pretty sure it's Tweezerman. Black waterproof mascara. This is from L'Oreal. This is the Panorama mascara. We're just doing a really quick little coat on our lashes. It doesn't have to be precise because we're putting lashes on anyway. And if this is your vibe, you can stop here. I have to add a fake lash because it's me. And I actually did wear fake lashes to my prom, so I will be doing it now. These lashes are from JoJo Beauty. They're in the style Mrs. I'm going to start by measuring them. I'm going to hold them up to my eye and kind of see what needs to be trimmed off. These are a little long, so I am going to cut off probably about that much, okay? And then we're adding a generous amount of lash glue, and we're just going to let them sit for like 60 seconds. Take our lash tweezers, get our mirror, we're going to angle it down under us, like where you can see up into your nose, and then we're going to place down the center first, as close to our lash line as we can get, then do the outer edge and the inner edge, and then we're going to clamp them together. Look at the difference that makes. Oh, brings everything together. I'm applying that same dark brown on my bottom lash line with the like flat brush. We're applying the Skin Lights highlighter from Revlon just to give us a little bit of glow. e.l.f. Truth or Bare lip liner. I did Maybelline Superstay matte ink in the shade Amazonian with some concealer over it. And I'm adding a pink lip oil on top. 17-year-old me would be so proud of this. Do I look ready to go to the prom or what? I mean, besides being 10 years too old. Love you, bestie. Thank you for watching. Bye.